What is Steins Gate really about? First, let's take a look at what happens in Steins Gate and break it down from there. Okabe, a first-year college student, accidentally invents a time machine with his best friend and uses it to make his friends happy before eventually running into the concept of fate and something horrible that he can't change. First, to test the limits of the phone wave, he lets Moeka send an email to her past self, advising her not to buy that new cell phone, although it's really a message about the IBM computer. Then, Rukako, realizing Okabe can change reality, asks to send a message to his mother so that he could be born a woman. Ferris sends a D-mail bringing her father back from the dead and preventing Moe culture from taking root in Akihabara. Finally, Okabe himself sends a D-mail to dissuade Suzuha from leaving in her time machine, causing it to be destroyed in the coming rainstorm. All these changes culminate in a world line where CERN successfully manages to obtain Okabe's IBN 5100, break into the lab, and kill Mayuri. So, why do all of these things happen? What are everyone's motivations for doing the things they do? For Okabe, he actually tells you himself.
俺は友達が欲しかっただけなのかもな。
The other characters aren't much different. First, there's Daru, a fat otaku who couldn't get laid to save his life. There's Rukako, a boy who feels hollow in the body of a man who can't express his love for Okabe. Mr. Braun, a CRT lover trapped by his love for his daughter, unable to settle into a normal life. His daughter, Nei, is a shy girl raised by a single father and no mother. There's Moeka, a NEET who has no one and nothing but a boss who takes advantage of and eventually abandons her. Ferris has been alone ever since she was 8 when her father died in a tragic accident. Suzuha, the lone warrior from the future, stomps by in 2010 to try and find her father who she'd never met. Kurisu struggles for acceptance from her father, who only sees her as a rival. Jesus, maybe this anime is really just about girls with daddy issues. Yeah, I bet you like that, you goddamn degenerates. Where were we? Oh, yes. Okabe is the only one with the reading Steiner ability, the ability to perceive changes in the world line. So he has to fight alone against a cold and indifferent universe, again and again and again. And even though Kurisu is there for him every time, he's the only one that can remember, so even though he's not alone, he is. And even though Kurisu is there for him, she's haunted by the knowledge that she, in another world line, is dead. She accepts her death, accepts that Okabe cannot possibly choose to save her instead of Mayuri. So she's haunted by the idea that she doesn't belong in the world, that her existence is a lie that should not be. And she's scared. She doesn't want to die, and she's scared of what happens when Okabe uses the time leap machine. Scared of knowing that she could vanish at any second without telling Okabe she loves him. Then there's Mayuri, who is a little special and doesn't understand much, but she understands that her best friend in the whole world is in great pain and is slowly fading away from her. And she remembers dying over and over and over again, and she doesn't know why, but it hurts. But beyond all that, what she feels is the crippling pain of Okabe's loneliness, and because of that, she feels alone. This is the one thing that ties every character together. The daddy issues aren't a coincidence. They're lonely. They're all lonely. Every single character in Steins Gate is motivated by a desire to be loved by someone. This is why it's so important for Kurisu to have her own spoon. Obviously, a spoon is just cutlery, but to her, having a spoon means the lab can be someplace she belongs. She's Japanese, but lives in America with her mother, and her father lives in Japan, but won't acknowledge her. So America doesn't feel like home to her, and neither does Japan. But the lab could be, because the lab is the one place she doesn't have to feel alone. Every character in Steins Gate is someone who just wanted some friends. This is why this story about a bunch of otaku hanging out in a makeshift science lab is so powerful. When Okabe starts time leaping, alone against fate, alone against the universe, we watch it and we feel him become the loneliest person in the world, and it's one of the most powerful moments in all of anime. But it's so powerful because it's not just this isolated moment. It's the culmination of all the loneliness of all the other characters. It's not just Okabe throwing himself against the universe. It's Okabe and everyone else sacrificing their happiness, choosing to undo the wishes Okabe granted them for Mayuri, the loneliest one of them all. It's everyone having to face their greatest fears again, their loneliness, together, but alone. They're together because they need each other. They need friends to care about them. Steins Gate is about a lot of things, but at its heart, it's only about one. It's about loneliness. It's about friends coming together, but still being alone. It's about friends and family and loss and sacrifice and everything that makes you feel, makes you cry. Steins Gate is about loneliness. I feel like not very many people have put this into words, but I think it's the reason Steins Gate is widely considered one of the best anime of all time. So when someone asks you if they should watch Steins Gate, don't talk about time travel. Don't tell them about Christina. That's what it's about, but it's not what it's about. It's about a bunch of kids who just wanted some friends. And I don't think there's anything more powerful than that. Hey friends, if you'd like to see more big brain weeb content on Steins Gate, I've got a playlist to the left. And if there's other anime you'd be interested in hearing me talk about, leave a comment and let me know. As always, thanks for watching.